Hello, guys. How is
Hello.
everybody? Today, I have two super special guests. I have Kim Devins, Bianca's mom, and then Allison from the new channel, True Crime Analyst, which please go over there and subscribe. She's going to be covering a lot of interesting stuff. And yeah, I would love that. If we still have audio issues, we can just mute the mic and camera as the other one's talking. That might work. I don't know. So anyways, Kim, we are done. Hello, Larry. We were trying to get situated. The audio is being crazy. We're just all messed up. But Broken Justice, I was trying to upload a video about the case, a short one I did. That was 3 minutes, and it's not uploading, but maybe it will. Let me see one more time. What are you guys up to this evening? You, Kim and Allison, what are you guys up to?
Well,
hey.
yeah, you go ahead, Kim. You tell your yours first.
Oh no, I'm not up to anything.
Well, I guess we're all kind of not doing nothing. Well, I had seen Bianca's case a while ago, and it always stood out to me. But then recently, I was kind of looking into it, and I ran across a bunch of different things. And then that lawsuit happened. You were on Larry's channel, and the more I looked into it, the more I thought that Bianca deserves more than just one video about the crime. She had a full life before that crime happened, and that is just as important, if not more important. It is more important, and I want to talk about that. So later we will do videos about the case and stuff, but tonight we're just going to talk to Bianca's mom and Allison about Bianca. I hate that I'm echoing like that. I wonder what I should do. If I talk quietly, does it? Yeah. Try muting your microphones for a sec. Let me see if can you. Okay, am I echoing now? Yep, it doesn't echo. Okay, so we'll just take turns. I have a few questions, and Allison, I want you to interject whenever you feel, and you too, Kim, at any time. I just want to talk about Bianca, and she was an amazing young lady, and just about her tonight. So the first thing that I wanted to ask you was about how old were you when you had Bianca?
Okay, it's on mute. So I was just about to turn 18. Bianca was born 3 weeks before my 18th birthday.
Wow, I had heard you say at one point you guys kind of grew up together, and I thought that was so sweet because you do. I had a baby at that age, and you do grow up together because you're an adult, but you're still a baby at that age.
Yep.
So what was she like as a baby?
She was okay. So Bianca was the perfect baby, like really, like such a good baby, such a good toddler little girl. Like she really just she was just the perfect like kid.
That's awesome. So I had uploaded that victim's impact statement, and your dad actually did one, and I think he said you guys lived with your parents when they were little, and that kind of we did the same thing because I was a young mom, and it creates such a special bond between grandparent and child that I don't think there's always a special bond, but this is different because they're kind of with you too. And yeah, so I think that she had a sibling that also. How many siblings does she have? Let's go there first.
Okay, so she has Olivia, who's mine. So I have two girls, Bianca and Olivia, and then she has her half sister is Maddie, and they have the same father, and then she has step siblings who are Dustin, Jordan, and Dakota. So we have like this big
Yeah, that's awesome
A
though.
lot of
And
kids.
you see a lot of pictures of her with babies and stuff. Did she like love little
Oh my gosh,
babies?
she loved little kids. She would babysit. She loved little kids. She loved her little sister Maddie. She used to tell everyone that Kaylee had the baby for her. And Maddie was just her baby. And even like from the time that Olivia was born, they're only 2 years apart, my two girls. And Olivia was always her baby. Like they were
She was
super,
like
super close.
taking care of her and stuff like that. Like she
Yeah.
was. That's so cute.
Always her baby. Yeah.
So you and Allison have kind of formed a friendship and a bond too. Do you guys want to talk some about that? I want to give you a chance to talk, Allison, because I've just been going. So you
Actually, the first time I ever seen Kim was on Larry's YouTube channel. And when she was talking about Bianca having a baby at, 3 weeks before she was 18, her and Bianca and Olivia were, just 2 years apart. It was almost like my daughters are 13 months apart. My two youngest, should I say. My oldest one, I was 17 when I had her. And I just felt this connection with Kim and even Olivia. And it was like I wanted to get to know her. I wanted to know who Bianca was. I had to know. And so I reached out to Kim and she immediately, and now I just feel like I know her. I feel like Bianca has almost brought us together because I have a daughter that, has trouble with anxiety, depression. And I just feel like, there's a lot of Bianca trying to intervene and help in this. And I love it. I love that Kim is amazing. One of the strongest people I have ever even talked to. And I want to thank you, Alex, for letting me come on. And because I was going to have to do this by myself, and I think I probably would have bombed it. So, it's.
Well, you are so welcome, and anytime you're always welcome on here, and for the rest of the series on Bianca, anytime that either of you want to join, just let me know. I mean, anything that I can do to help you with your channel, that's why I want all of you guys to subscribe or to help with Bianca, because I agree, Bianca has there's something about her that just grabs you. It grabs your heart, and her energy. I told Kim, I'm not psychic or anything, but I could feel her, and the more and more weird things were happening. Even I had uploaded some of her paintings, and the likes were stuck. I always say and I've said on here a couple of times, 1111 is my favorite number. It's my TikTok number, and all of those things when I uploaded them had 111 likes, and I'm like, wow, this is a sign. And you can. The pink skies for Bianca, after I was seeing about that, every day the sky was pink, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it couldn't be more clear, and you could feel it. It's just amazing. I don't know. I can't imagine. I'm sure she was just so wonderful, because she's wonderful without even knowing her,
She does. She has this really strong presence. A lot of people say, I've never met her, but I feel like I know her through your pictures or through her story. And she does. She really has this really strong presence, which she had obviously when she was here, but she definitely still has it.
That is so awesome. And I don't want to please you guys. There's a petition on. Oh, I covered Kim. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You keep me covered.
It's on change.org, and I've got it linked. I don't know if I had put it here yet. Can somebody grab that for me? All you have to do is Google change.org and Bianca's Law is what I put, and it'll come right up, and put it in the chat, and I'll pin it. Please go sign that petition, because it's close and it's really, really important. So please. And then I found this while y'all were chatting just now. Is that one of her siblings?
Yes, that is her sibling, Dakota. And that one, I mean, they're not related at all, but they always they look alike. Dakota looks a lot like when Bianca was younger. So they always, Dakota would call, or Bianca called Dakota her stress baby. So when I was like feeling anxious or down, she'd go hug Dakota and they'd cuddle and watch TV. It was really cute.
Oh, that is cute. If you guys want to chat for a second, I want to go grab a couple more pictures of Bianca that I wasn't able to do until we were until I'm up here, and then you guys just chat for a minute, and then I'll come back with my questions. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That picture that was just there, that is crazy how much Bianca, she looks just like her.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the dark hair, Bianca was just so beautiful.
Yeah. And you can see, like, with the pictures with the kids, she just loved them so much.
Yeah, and I sent all the pictures you sent me, I sent to Allie. So, because I want everyone to see how beautiful she was, and the talent.
Yeah.
Her talent is just
I don't know where to go because it was not me.
Well, I honestly wish she could have showed me how to put on makeup. Obviously, she taught you something because your makeup looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we always share tips. Now, the funny thing about Bianca is I used to do her hair and makeup in junior high, and I thought I was going to be I was like, am I going to have to go to college with you and do your hair and makeup? And then she started watching YouTube tutorials and she was so good, and she would tell me tricks.
Oh, she could do makeup, hair. Yeah. She definitely had a talent.
Yeah, she did.
It's
but it's all her artist side.
But there's nobody in your family that.
My grandmother did. My grandmother did, she drew and paint.
Yeah, because her drawings are just spectacular.
But that's it. Her and my grandmother don't have any kind of artistic talent. We were all just kind of in awe of Bianca.
Yeah. Does Olivia like to draw or?
Yeah, sort of. She got into it a little bit more, right after Bianca passed. They would draw. They would paint together. But definitely Bianca was more into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't Olivia likes makeup though and stuff like that, doesn't she? If I remember right.
Yeah, she doesn't wear a lot of makeup. But she loves to sit and watch makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
And then she does it on her friends or the little girls. She doesn't wear a ton.
You must be very proud of that girl. She just came to my heart. That girl, she is amazing. Just like
she has a lot more patience than I do.
What's that?
She had a lot more patience than I do. She just, no, she really, I'm really proud of her. She does. She carries herself well, and I am proud of her. Yeah.
Very. She does not act like she's 17.
No. Yeah.
She's very mature.
Yes. Most of the time.
Yeah. They all have that little bit of an attitude every now and then. Yeah. I just know that I want to meet you guys so bad. Sometime I got to go meet Kim and Olivia and Frank and just, someday.
Yeah. Come here. We have a crazy family.
That's fun.
We just showed a picture of you, Dakota.
That's fun.
Yeah. So you want to come say hi? This is Dakota now. You're not there.
Hi, Dakota.
Hi.
Are you Bianca's stress baby?
Yes.
They call Bianca BB.
She is a beauty. Do you want me to mute now, Allie? I can
I
mute
think,
for a little bit.
well, we'll just go on and off. I'll mute when you talk and you mute when I talk, and I think that's taking care of it pretty well. Or
Okay.
am I even echoing, or are you muted? I'm not echoing.
No, you're not echoing.
You're not echoing.
Awesome. So don't even mute then. Because
Yeah.
then you can interject easier and stuff. Okay, so hold on. I sent you a video of Bianca that was like 10 seconds long that I had found on Instagram of her dancing, like just dancing around. And I wanted to show that for just a second because I just love seeing, that way people can just. Oh, she's so precious. Okay, and I was gonna ask you, did Bianca like school?
No. So Utica has only one high school. So there's like, I think there's like 3,000 kids. It's so big and it's crowded. And so that was very, very interesting. Just, it was too big. Yeah, she had a hard time with school. For most of her last 3 years of high school, she was what they call homebound. So her doctor took her out due to her anxiety and had the tutor come to the house.
We might have to do the muting again.
I'll do it.
Okay, and I'm doing it too. But I did hear you. You said it was a huge school, that is a big school. Larry was talking about that when he commented in chat how big it was last time I had mentioned it. I can't believe that because my school was like nowhere near that many, maybe 600 in the whole school or something like that.
I think Bianca's graduating class, it was like 400 something. It was over 400.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very crowded too. So that she did not like all a lot of noises and it was just too crowded. She couldn't do it, but.
Yeah. And that is what I'm dealing with Tori. Last year, she was having to do half days because the social, I don't know what this year is going to be like, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's too much. She couldn't, and so with someone that had like severe anxiety, the way Bianca did, and she had social anxiety, she got very nervous in crowds. Especially just how big and crowded our high school is, she couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have social anxiety. I had it awful on here, but in person, I really get it. And then the loud noises really have always bothered me. Yeah. Was she ever tested to be, to see if she was gifted or whatever, what they call, because gifted isn't only about intelligence. You can be very smart and not gifted, but if you're very smart, but you have these, like the loud noises and different things like that, those are signs of that. And I'm just curious, did she ever test for that?
She had an IQ test, and she tested, so her IQ was 109, but we suspect that it's actually higher because for part of the tests, there was like a few tests where she had to do manipulatives, like with her hands, and she had really long acrylic nails on, and I don't know why, but the tester didn't even take that into account. Because when we were going through it and they were telling her where she scored lower, she was like, well, I had nails on for that. So yeah, of course I couldn't really pick up the little pieces. I think they were little chess pieces or something. But yeah, she was really smart, but she didn't have a lot of people when they hear if she had sensory issues and stuff with noises, she wasn't autistic or anything.
Yeah, because the noises and stuff, I was gifted all through my elementary, and I had the issues with the noises really bad and stuff like that.
We don't have gifted programs in Utica, so yeah, we just had her tested as a part of her psychological exam.
Oh, okay. Now I did want to talk about the mental health thing, but first, before I go to that, I know she was very good at and interested in art, and I took a bunch of screenshots from your TikTok with all the paintings. I was shocked when I saw how good she was. Oh my Lord. So I want to show some of those, and these are the ones that had 111 likes, and I was like, this is a sign Bianca she's wanting this to continue and happen and stuff. And she's like, I feel like we have her blessing for this, but here, let me go find them. Oh my gosh, she is just so talented.
Oh, that was Maddie.
Oh, that's so, is that a pencil drawing or is that a painting?
No, that's digital.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how she did digital art because I can't even sign my name and make it look right on her tablet.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, me either. Yep. I had one of those notes, the Samsung notes, and I couldn't. Yeah, wow.
Well, hers is a specific art tablet, but I still. Oh, I love this one. You can see her like in the top right corner. You can see her reflection.
Oh, oh, I see it. Oh my God, that is so precious. Oh my Lord.
That's when she did with a friend.
Okay. I like that one. That one's cute.
Yeah.
Let's see. My favorite one is coming up.
That was another friend.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I bet you her friends. Like, what is something so special to have?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite.
Wow. Yeah, that's everyone's favorite. Yeah.
That is awesome.
And then,
oh, this is a sketch. This is a pencil sketch. That was a painting she did in one of her art therapy programs. And this is pencil and paint, yeah.
that was the last one that I had gotten.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favorite pictures of her. I just love this so much. I think she just looks so.
Yes. Yes, that's one of my favorites too.
Pretty. And then I grabbed a couple more just now, only 3 more because it takes a minute. So I can get more in a few if we want to. But I wanted to. Yeah. And then this one.
Oh, Dakota again.
Oh, you're so cute.
Oh, it was her and Olivia. They used to figure skate.
Oh my gosh. She was the cutest little girl. Yeah. I was looking at your TikToks with her as a child and I'm like, wow, she's like a little model baby. She really is. She's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had a small following on Instagram. Can you tell me more about that and maybe how she felt about that and what she kind of said about it and all of that?
So yeah, she only had like 2,000 followers, but I mean, 2,000 for like the kids. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, she used to be in like in a contest of like with her stepdad, who she called her stepdad, with how many followers they could get. And he was the only one that was allowed to, follow the Etsy account. She didn't think we knew about that. Like for like the longest time, she didn't think I knew about it. But yeah, so like I mean she loved Instagram and I mean she was just like any other kid. But the thing with Bianca and her Instagram was if you looked at her Instagram in like April, it would have been completely different. Like she was always like deleting all her pictures and because the kids used to tell me like it's not cool they have too many pictures. You know, us adults, we just upload and leave it all and we have like thousands of pictures and posts on Instagram. No, they have to like delete it and like change their aesthetic and so she was always changing hers.
I could see her being like really into Instagram and having them all match each other and like just really on the artistic side of it.
They had to have like a certain theme and yeah.
That's funny. Okay. And then when back to the mental health, you've been super brave and honest and open regarding her mental health because honestly, it's none of our business. It's nobody's business. Mm-hmm. But I love that you are being honest about that, trying to help people, and in the same way that she wanted to help people. So can you talk about that some, and what she wanted, maybe the struggles that she had, and then what she wanted to turn those into as far as using her pain to kind of help other people?
Yeah. So I talk about it openly because Bianca did. And Bianca, like, she wasn't ashamed. You know, a lot of people, like, there's a stigma attached to mental health and people think you're crazy or whatever, but that never bothered her. And she was really open about it. So that's why I feel that I can be open about it. So she was officially diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. Bianca really, really struggled. She'd been in and out of psychiatric hospitals. It got to the point where she actually had to go away in placement for 8 months, which ended up being the best thing that happened to her, because she finally found a counselor that she had actually trained under Marsha Linehan, who created dialectical behavior therapy, and that's the proven therapy to treat borderline personality disorder. So she really struggled, probably for like a good 4 years, to find a therapist in Utica that could help her. She went through a ton of different medications. Bianca didn't like medication. She never really felt that anything worked for her, or they would work for like a short period of time and then stop working. And I think, we live in a small city in upstate New York. Well, I think a lot of people think like, that we're like New York City, and we're not. So we don't really have access to great mental health care. I think the whole country kind of lacks in mental health. But so we kind of struggled to find good therapists. And Bianca would know, like, right off the bat, like, if you couldn't help her, she would just know, and just and then she'd get discouraged. And a lot of times, like, she would go to a therapist and like she would know more about what was wrong with her than they did. So that was really frustrating for her, and that's what made her want to become a psychologist.
For children, right? Like a child.
For adolescents, teenagers. Yeah.
See, I've tried to be very open about, because I've had a lot of struggles with addiction, and it's hard to be open, but we need to, because like you said, there's stigmas around these things that shouldn't be. But borderline personality, I mean, that's super challenging. I had a friend who really struggled with that. She also has passed away now, but she had a very hard time. And like you said, is there even medication that can treat that?
No. So there's no medication for borderline. You just kind of treat the symptoms. And that's why DBT helps so much. Like for Bianca, one of her biggest symptoms was impulse control. And when I tell you, Bianca had zero impulse control. We were in a family therapy session one day, and we were talking about Bianca's lack of impulse control, and she had her glasses on, and Olivia said, well, I don't understand this. Like, what keeps you from throwing your glasses right now? And Olivia, she like took her glasses, threw them, and goes, nothing. You know what I mean? Like, didn't think, like, she just, that
could be challenging, and that could be dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing is people with BPD, it can be dangerous. I always worried, like my whole, since she was diagnosed with BPD at 16, almost 17, it was like, okay, I have like a year to get really, really good therapy for her and get her back on track, because once they turn 18, there's nothing you can do. In New York, once they turn 16, it's really hard. The laws in New York really give 16-year-olds way too much freedom. The one thing I did have on my side was she was mentally ill, and it was, we had tons of paper trail and diagnoses and doctors to back us up. But yeah, I mean, adults with BPD, it's rough. It's a roller coaster. You know, she's fine 1 minute and then she opens the refrigerator and dropped a pie plate on the floor and she just had like a complete meltdown. You know, it's just this like roller coaster of emotions all the time.
Yeah.
It's
I hate that for her. But I'm glad she wanted to be open about it. And I wish that I think we all have issues, right? None of us just have no issues at all. So we have to stop judging each other. But you can see, I mean, you look at her and she just looks like beautiful, healthy, like happy, like, and you see everybody has issues, you know, the most beautiful, healthy young people. And I love that she was open. I want to take a second and say thank you so much to Larry and thank you so much to Cheryl. I appreciate that so much. And then give you, Allison, a second to talk if you had anything maybe you wanted to say.
The mental health part with Bianca, it really touches me because of my daughter, Tori. And when she was talking about the impulse control, my daughter has that, you know? So, I mean, and Tori don't like being on medicines either. And that same, the DBT or whatever it was she's going to be starting that. And you said that really helped.
Yes.
And anyways, there's so much crap out there that kids have to deal with anyway. And when they have the social anxiety, the, borderline personality disorder, that just gets so overwhelming as an adult. I don't think I could deal with that very well. And then wasn't it one time Bianca went to the doctor and he looked at her and he's like, well, what should we do for you, Bianca? And she's like, I don't know. You're the doctor, aren't you? Bianca,
a psychiatrist. He asked her if she needed antipsychotics. She was 15. He's like, so do you think you need antipsychotics? Like, you're the doctor. You tell me. I mean, some of these doctors will just throw anything. I think that's also dangerous. You can't just throw pills at a 15-year-old. That can be dangerous.
I think you have to mute when she talks too. It's crazy. But yes, that's funny. She seems sassy as can be. But when she talks, you might have to mute too. But you guys can keep going, or I can go with my next question or whatever you guys want. How old is your daughter, Allison?
I've got a 30-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 16-year-old.
You got your hands full for sure.
Yeah.
16 and 17 are those ages that it's like, I'm so nervous for my
It's just like, it's almost like having twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So what are some of your favorite memories of Bianca?
I never know. Like when people ask me that, I never know how to like choose one.
Well, tell us a couple.
Well, I think like my favorite memories are just like Bianca and I were so close. I'm sorry, my daughter is calling me. Can you tell her not to call me? Sorry. To talk about 17-year-olds. She's calling me. So we were like really close, and Bianca would sit in my lap. I think she sat in my lap until she was like 16. And when I look at pictures of us together, like she was just always next to me, just her always being there. And then she loved to take car rides. Like we started when she was little, and then we had Olivia too. When Olivia was little, like sometimes we would drive around like take the long way home or whatever. So Olivia would fall asleep, get the baby to fall asleep in the car. And Bianca loved it. We would just like listen to music. And then that just became our thing since she was little. We always take like rides, and she loved to take rides at night and just like listen to music. And just like, I guess just those little times where it was just us.
Yeah, and that's sweet. Like you guys just riding together at night, jamming, the three
Yeah.
girls, and then everybody I think kind of does that like car ride to get your baby to
You're
sleep.
making me to sleep. Yeah, I'm like, we're just gonna go around the block a few times.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we had kind of talked about this in private message some, and then a little bit earlier, how strong her energy was. But I was wondering if you could share with us, like, any time that you've been to a psychic, maybe trying to reach out, what they said about her, what they said that she was saying to you, or anything interesting there.
Okay, so I mean, I'll give a shout out to my friend. Her name is Amy Casey. She is known as the rock and roll medium. She's in San Diego, but she does readings over Zoom or FaceTime. She's like amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. And she's kind of ruined other mediums for me because I always I've gone to a few others and I'll always kind of compare to how accurate Amy is. And Bianca just has like a really special connection with Amy too, but she really does come through really, really strong. Like she just has this amazing presence, very much herself. She will come through and say things and I'm like, oh, yep, that's Bianca. Bianca looked like this really sweet and like innocent girl. And then she could have like the worst mouth on her. Like just dropping F-bombs and not even like mean spirited. She just had a really bad mouth. And I'm like, oh, Bianca, you're so cute. And you have this like pink flowery dress on and you open your mouth and you sound like a trucker. It was so weird. And like, I don't talk like that. I don't know. She was funny. She was
sassy.
She was sassy. She had quite the personality. And you know what? Like she was who she was and she had her opinions on things and she didn't care what people thought. So yeah, she was like for someone that had such social anxiety, like she could have really high confidence.
Do you think that she had more confidence like online through her because she loved,
for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that because it's a lot easier. I'm the same. It'd be really hard to talk to strangers in person, but
Right.
through the phone, it just feels safer for some
Yeah.
reason. You're kind of in your own place. Okay, how do you got? Now, I have been disgusted by some. I don't know why, but victims and families of all crimes that get a lot of eyes, which this one has, and it's went on and off, right? So there are times that it hasn't, but like when the Gabby Hanna's, when different things have happened, then it gets more attention. And then you have YouTubers who can be rude. How have you dealt with hate that's just so unwarranted that is hard to understand why you even get it? What do you?
I think I try to deal with it the way that Bianca would, because Bianca was very unbothered by stuff like that. Like if I was upset about something that someone said or someone was doing, she would be like, but are they relevant in your life? You know what I mean? Like it was like one of her like biggest things was, well, they're irrelevant. So who cares?
Wow.
These people, most of the people that have anything bad to say did not know Bianca. And if they had talked to her like in any capacity, it was probably an incel or a pedophile that Bianca had warned other girls about. If Bianca was nasty to someone, you deserved it. Like you really, really deserved it. So was she nasty to these pedophiles online, these 25-year-old men that were trying to groom 15-year-old girls? Yeah, she was. There's no proof of it online. I've never seen anything online that, first of all, there's no text messages anywhere online between Bianca and Brandon. So anyone that says they have a text messages or anything that's out there, it's not between them. There's text messages that go around about, oh, all I do for you and this and that. That wasn't even Brandon. It was just someone took a screenshot of a message. Like there's one message going around from Snapchat that Bianca got really nasty to one of her ex-boyfriends. Well, he would show up at our house at 4:30 in the morning if Bianca didn't talk to him. And he would like if she didn't want to talk to him, and he would be nasty. I mean, he was nasty. He would post things about her, post private things. And so I remember the time that she sent that one text message. It was through Snapchat. And she said, Mom, I really feel bad because I had to get nasty. She's like, this is the only way that I could think of that he will leave me alone. You know, some of these people online in that Discord community are, you know.
There's some awful people online.
Well,
I think about it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like she's like, you know, and then she felt bad after because she was, you know, the whole, oh, I've been with 6 guys and this and that. And she was like, I mean, I made it up, but she was like, I was just trying, like it was, you know, I think a week or 2 before he showed up at our house. He lived in Long Island. And he drove 5.5 hours to our house and showed up at our house at 4:30 in the morning. Like, that's scary.
That is scary. And I'm glad she she was able to stand up for herself. A lot of people are, you know, too scared to do that. But you can tell if you take any amount of time, which I've taken a lot of time. I've got pages and pages of notes and just so much stuff that I've tried to really dig into this. The more you look, you can only look at her in a positive way. You can tell how special she was and how sweet and kind and caring and beautiful and just talented. And so people who run their mouth,
like, everyone's like, oh, she was this horrible person. And it's like, okay, you can only pull up one short Snapchat screenshot of her ever being mean to someone. I mean, and she was 17. And that, like I said, I mean, he really took her to, she didn't know what else to do. Like, okay, well, maybe if I tell him I've been all these guys and he sucks and this and that, then, you know, he'll leave me alone. How else, you know, it's a teenager's way of thinking they're going to push someone away. But so, yeah, I mean, like, there's some awful things on the internet that people are just can't let go of what they think. But the amount of stories that I have heard and people that have reached out to say how much Bianca has helped them, and what an inspiration she was to them and what a great friend. I mean, they just completely outnumber the bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It can be hard dealing with that. And I think it's important to talk about. I mean, even for me with my little channel and my TikTok, sometimes I'll get hate, and at first it's just hard to deal with, especially if you don't deserve it. And I think that you guys do it with a lot of class and really graciously. So I wanted to ask that.
I just try to deal with it the same way Bianca would, I guess. Unfortunately, we've gotten desensitized to this. I've started recently posting on TikTok. And I don't know why, but all of a sudden a video that I posted a month ago about the lawsuit, blew up. It has like 1 million views. And they'll comment and just all this ridiculous things, and they're fighting. And I'm like, okay, if you think that my daughter did something bad, like, why do you have to comment? I just don't understand. Just keep scrolling.
Yeah, to her mother.
People are saying that. People are saying, oh, look at her mother. And
that is so disrespectful. I cannot stand that. But that's usually when it happens for me too. If I have a video that gets a lot of views, that's when the hate. Like on TikTok, that's when the bad comments start to come.
Yeah, like today someone went through like maybe 5 or 6 of my videos and just commented a night. One of the videos was a little video of her little sister Maddie. She's 4, and they comment a night. This is stuff. Yeah. It's sick. It's I just don't understand.
It is. It is disgusting, and the sad thing is it's kids to adults.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
It is. It's a lot of these people that harass us and send us, Bianca's dance photos. There's some TikTok last night that I was tagged in last night, talking about saying, "Oh, my father's going to be soon," and then I'll put a picture of Brandon. Of all these other pictures of Bianca. It's like Their kids.
Echo.
Where are these kids' parents? You know,
Allison, you might have to mute and then repeat that because it was pretty bad right there. I'm gonna mute too.
Okay. No, I mean, you know, did I know absolutely everything Bianca did online? No, but I knew a lot. You know, her online friends knew who I was. We FaceTimed a lot because I always just tell my kids, you know, I get it. You know, it was 2019, 2018. Yes, you make friends online, but you know, you got to make sure you know who you're talking to because these could be 45-year-old men that are trying to groom you to kidnap you. So Bianca would FaceTime with her friends a lot. And be like, see, Mom, you know, he's not some old creeper trying to kidnap me. But yeah, a lot of these, I don't know. It's sick what they do on social media.
Yeah, it is sick. And I think that she's not the one echoing Erica. It is just the combination of the three people. But it is crazy because I think about it like
friend Erica, she's just being sassy.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm like, I thought it was somebody else. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
No.
Be nice. But yeah, sometimes I think, you know, you have to have like certain mental health qualifications and no felonies to have a gun. Like it's almost like you should have that to have certain profiles on these websites because there's some really messed up people, evil people on these social media sites.
But I just don't understand it. Like, why? How do you have so much hate? Like, I really, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like naive. I just would never go on someone's page and be so awful to them. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that I disagree with, but I just keep scrolling.
Yep, I agree completely. Okay, I'm going to, you guys chat for a minute. I'm going to try to grab this video one more time because some people in here hadn't heard of it, and I wanted to show that 3-minute video that I did kind of explaining what like the case so they can come back and just so everyone's on the same page. Okay. And I want to, yeah, so you guys chat for a minute and I'll be right back.
Yeah, Kim, as far as the hatred, evil in this world, it is awful. It is so bad. And like you said, we can disagree, but some people just can't scroll on by. They literally have to come in and have hate because they are so miserable in their own life that they don't want to see anybody else have any kind of a normal.
I don't understand it. Like, do you not have a life of your own?
They don't. Obviously.
Is that what it is? You just, I mean, you have nothing better to do because I don't understand it. I don't have time for that.
That is the only thing I can come up with is they have no life. They are miserable and they love to create all this hurt, and normal people can't comprehend it. And I'm not saying right by any means, but it is hard to comprehend knowing. I mean, I could not do what some of these people do. I mean, it's not even.
I know
it's not normal.
Well, even like the spread of the pictures, I'm like, who wants to look at that? No, I'm her mother, so yes, it's horrific to me. But even if it wasn't my daughter, I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't be hearing it.
I don't know. I honestly, I can't.
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. But you know what? The way I look at it is those people will be judged someday.
Yes.
And, you know, that is one thing. We're all going to be judged, and people like that, we can only pray for them, you know, and
yeah.
Because there's no, they have to be able to want to help themselves and become a better person. And, you know,
no, they just don't. They just want to spread their miserable. They want to spread their misery. But Well, we just try not to let it bother us.
Yeah,
You know, I know who Bianca was. I know who my daughter was. I know the truth.
exactly.
And the people that know her know the truth. And Bianca has her friends who will defend her. She has really amazing friends.
And, talking about Bianca, didn't you, after her passing, did you not have people coming to you, like in her therapy groups, how much she helped them?
Yeah.
And it's just, for a 17-year-old, that can help so many people. And that's just it. She wanted to help, and she did. And she's continuing to help.
Right. Yeah. Even when Bianca couldn't help herself, she was still helping others. But she had a DBT group, therapy group, and her therapist would always say, like, Bianca is so good, but I wish she would practice what she preached. She's like, she's really got the hang of the DBT. She just needs to learn how to actually practice it in her own life. She's really good at helping others. So yeah, even at she was struggling to practice it in her own life, but continued to help others. And she was just the sweetest.
Yeah, if you take any time to look into it, you can see that. I wasn't able to get those videos. They're on my channel, and there is that link to there's a scholarship fund, right, in the honor of Bianca. That's linked in those. Yes. And then also the petition. But I grabbed 2 more photos. Hold on. Here's the first. Is that her as a baby?
That's her as a baby.
Oh my gosh.
She loved the swings. And it's still at 17. She would still swing. She just, for when she was a baby.
And then this one is one of my favorites too. I love it. It's so cute. Here's the.
Oh, I love that one. I loved her pink hair.
I love it too. It's really pretty. I can't imagine what you've been through. I'm so sorry. I really am, because not only losing a child, then all the crap with, the legal side of it and all of that, but then to have those photos and videos and whatever is out there, that must be so hurtful and painful to go through. I can't imagine. And you're just online one day and maybe scroll across it. I've done it. I told you. Yeah. I found there's no reason they can't get those photos off there. It's ridiculous. And I'm so sorry that you've had to go through that. I really, truly am. It's awful.
Okay, so I want to introduce, am I getting you?
Oh, wait.
This is my best friend. This is Bianca's stepmom.
Hi.
So she's also Maddie's mom. And she is the one that protected me for over a year and a half, until I actually saw the pictures. She would have to, I think, how long before I picked up my phone?
A good 2 months.
Like a good 2 months, I could not pick up. If I got a notification, Kaylee picked it up first.
Oh, thank you for doing that. What an awesome friend you have there, because I can't imagine. And then you eventually did ran into those a couple times, right? Didn't you say you were on there Googling about a grandfather or something? And then
for Father's Day, I was looking to see if I could find a nice press picture, because my dad and I had been doing a lot of press recently for Bianca's scholarship and for Bianca's law. And so I was Googling, and I was searching images. I just Googled my dad's name, Frank Williams. And under related searches, it was Bianca Devins death photos, Bianca Devins, Brandon Clark photos. And there was her death photo just right in the thumbnail.
I think that's part of the reason that I felt even more connected to her. After I saw that, I thought, I don't know, I just felt some cases that when you're doing true crime, you care about everybody, obviously, and want everyone to be okay, but certain cases just grab you, and it's rare. And hers is one of those for me, and that's why I wanted to have you on tonight and kind of really talk about her, not the crime, not all the BS, just her, because she deserves to be more than just this one day of this one awful, tragic day of her life. It's so sad. But thank you for coming on here to talk about it with us too.
I will always talk about Bianca.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad. And I did see a comment I wanted to. Danielle says her 23-year-old goddaughter committed suicide last year, and it's been very difficult. And I wanted to say, I'm so sorry, Danielle.
Sorry, it's really just it's the worst thing a godparent could go through. I mean, Kaylee, how old was Bianca when you met her? 15? 15. And you know, they were just incredibly close. And I mean, thank God for Kaylee, because we kind of just are going through it together. So Kaylee is actually my ex-husband's ex, but we're best friends and we live together. We have like this.
That's so cool.
It works.
She's like, I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, you know, she came into our life at a time where Bianca was like really, really struggling. And Kaylee could understand that. So it gave her someone other than like me, that could relate to her. And, you know, it's so like, I feel like we kind of, have been living this together. Although she, you know, gets it worse because she's had to see that picture so many more times than I have.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
I
just
mean,
awful.
well, I'm glad. I love that. It's like women sticking together, and it's awesome. And I'm glad that
you
you
know,
have her.
unfortunately, the girl's father isn't in their life, but the siblings get to live together, and that was their big thing. Bianca and Olivia wanted them to live. They're like, can't we just all live together forever? Because they would always say that it wasn't fair if Kaylee's other kids got to live with the baby and they didn't.
Yeah, they wanted me to leave the baby with them. I could, my kids could move out if we wanted to, but I had to leave the baby there. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
Not happening.
Bianca, in the summer of 2018, Bianca really had a severe mental breakdown. I mean, she just was not herself. And she was running away with the guy from Long Island. And I mean, Kaylee was worried, like, what if she takes Maddie? You know, she had said before, like, I'm going to take Maddie. Maddie's coming with me. And, you know, not that Bianca would ever harm her, but she just loved her little sister and that was her little baby. So, you know, Maddie was just going to go with her.
Yeah. Like,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's, you know, I think that, okay, so whether it's mental health, sex life, whatever, there are some things that you can't just tell your parents openly. It's hard to talk about. So having someone else, I think that was such a special little setup for her. And then she had her for that and stuff.
Well, the other thing is too is one of the biggest I don't know if you'd call it symptoms, but of borderline personality disorders, a lot of times they self-harm. And Bianca was a cutter, and I didn't have any experience of that with that, and Kaylee did. And so Kaylee would go through her room. I mean, she would think of things that Bianca could use to cut. Like Bianca would take the little blade out of like an eyeliner sharpener, and she would go through her room and search it. You know, when Bianca was at school or, you know, out at therapy or something. And she knew what to look for more than I did. I mean, Kaylee would come to me and show me the things that she found that Bianca could cut with. And I would just always be amazed. Like, you know, I would have thought of that. Yeah. And it was just someone also to kind of, we worked opposite shifts. So I worked 9 to 5, Kaylee worked at night. So she was home all the time. I mean, there were times Bianca's depression was so bad where the therapist said, like, she can't be alone. And so Kaylee was always there, and she was very, very comfortable with her. So, like,
me going in to check on her. I would just just go and be like, hey, you know, you want to get up and shower and eat or come out of your room.
She seems like the kind of kid, which I can relate some, but she seems even more like she just felt her emotions so strong. And like, so she
the highs were high and the lows were low.
Yeah, and even it comes like out in her art. Like a lot of times they say people who are very emotional or very empathetic and stuff, their art is going to be really good. They'll be good at some kind of artistic thing. And she just, I mean, she's so good. She was so good at that. I just, wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Do you want to say something, Anna? I do want to say she's muted because we're having echo issues, and Kim and I are both echoing when she's unmuted, so we're just trying to work through that. Got to figure it out. On live, you can't really. So, but if you want to say something, I'll mute mine and you go ahead.
Yeah, when you guys were talking and I forgot I was muted, and I get excited and I'm like, wanting to say something. And guys, I'm new to this. I'm having, some issues, but I will learn it.
You're doing good. You're doing just fine.
I was nervous last week knowing I was going to do this, but this week talking with Allie and Kim and Melissa. Thank you, Melissa Jade. You are awesome too. You guys, it's like I know you, and I wanted to do Bianca too because it really, it just pulled at my heart. You guys, this could be any one of our kids, and I think Bianca wants everyone to, the mental health in this world, these kids, there's so much, and she is helping by us, getting her story out there. And, I know there's kids watching, and she's going to help by doing, us doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like social media really has affected people's mental health. I think that, when I was in high school and we didn't have Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, there was drama in school, but you went home and you got away with it or got away from it. It starts in school or, starts at night on social media, and it's literally 24/7. It's just like these kids do not get a break from it. I've got to
talk about that too.
Yeah.
With bullying or something, if you're getting bullied at school, you could used to go home and just, get away. And now, they follow you and bully you on Facebook, bully you on Snapchat. Cheryl wanted to see her art. I had showed it at the beginning, but is it okay with you guys if I show it again? And you guys can keep talking or whatever as it shows. Okay. That one's my favorite. Has she ever explained any of these to you?
That one she called Space Shit. I'm not really sure where she got it from.
It is so cute. Okay. That was a friend, right?
Yeah, that was her friend. I'm not sure what that was. She just no, I don't think so. And that was another friend. Yeah.
I can't believe where you said you can see her reflection. That is all I see there. That is so cool. I love that. In the top right corner, you guys, you can see her little face. Oh.
And then that's Maddie. Maddie was playing on the floor and she just drew her.
Oh my gosh. So did you have like an iPad? Go ahead, Allison.
Go ahead.
No, so she had what's called an art tablet. She had a Wacom art tablet, and it was something that plugged into her computer.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, that picture of Bianca as a baby and then this picture of Maddie, have you guys ever put those two pictures to, side by side? They look alike to me.
These look like Maddie is identical to Olivia.
Like that picture.
Yeah.
Maddie,
yes, they
look alike.
Shape. Yeah.
They're both. Oh wow.
They do. They have the same little
I just want to grab their cheeks. To me, they look so much alike.
Yeah.
They have the same cheeks for sure. I agree.
What one?
That one. Is it upstairs?
That one. And then you guys don't forget to go to change.org. I'm going to pin it. Well, shoot, I meant to pin it, but StreamYard wouldn't let me. But if the mod is still in here who put it, can you please put it back? If not, I'm going to actually, I'm going to do it right now while I'm sitting here. Put it in the description box. In all the other Bianca videos, there's a link for the petition and also a link for the scholarship fund. Which, Kim, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So we created the Bianca Michelle Devins Memorial Scholarship Fund, and it's through the Community Foundation. And we award a scholarship every year to a student who is pursuing a degree in psychology, and specifically a student that plans to work with adolescents, which is what Bianca wanted to do. So we're kind of trying to continue Bianca's dream, but also, Bianca saw that need, that there's a lot of therapists that specialize in adults, and there's a lot of therapists that will specialize in young children. And there's really a lacking of like the teenagers, adolescents, that age group that people will work with, which I think is a really tough age group to work with. So yeah, that's who the scholarship goes to.
That is really awesome. And that's so cool. You did it like exactly how kind of she was, what she was going to do.
Yes.
And we'll go through these pictures one more time. And that way everybody can kind of see. Now I'm putting that petition in right now, and then I'm going to put it in the comments. You guys, it's like at 33,000 at 40,000 needed. So it is not far at all. And we could really almost get it done, especially if I post it on TikTok again. I just want to get all those signatures because that needs to happen. This social, for one, if you can go to Google, hold on, I got to take this off because this really bothers me. If you can go to Google and do a reverse image search, you can go and take any picture in the world, put it in Google, and find where it shows up on the internet. There is absolutely no reason that Google cannot remove that from everywhere. That is ridiculous. I saw it on Google, just going through images on Google. There's no reason.
And that's the thing, and Google will give us the answer when we contact Google. And we get their response is something about cached photos, and they're left over in the cache. What do you mean? Clear your Google, clear your cache.
Yeah, really. Oh, it's just so ridiculous. Christy said,
now, the interesting thing is, I was speaking to one of my father's friends that works for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And if you notice, our real problem with these photos being shared and uploaded are with Facebook and Instagram. Tumblr and Twitter took them. I don't think they ever showed up on Tumblr. Twitter was able to get control of the sharing very quickly. And the interesting thing that I was told is Tumblr and Twitter has a lot of employees that have come over from NCMEC. And so they have, I guess, I don't know that I would say they care more, but maybe they do care more, or they just have kind of more insight. Not the technology, because the technology is there, and if Facebook and Instagram really wanted to do something about it, they would. But yeah, they just have people that I guess are like more aware of this, more used to this stuff. Have more empathy for exploited children.
That's why we have to keep talking about it, and hopefully, I swear, I told you in private message, and I'll tell you here, I think that you should go to try to get to the White House. I would. And I think that, and just keep trying. We got to just keep talking about it, keep trying, and still.
Yeah, we have to keep talking about it. Our biggest issue is we need to repeal that Section 230 of the Communication Decency Law that, just blanket gives these companies immunity. And so they really have no incentive. Like, if they can't be, what are you going to do to Facebook besides sue them? There's, what can you do? And if you can't sue them and hold them accountable, they have no incentive. Bianca's followers went from 2,000 followers to over 166,000 followers. That is a whole lot of engagement on her platform, on their platforms. And engagement is what brings in the ads and brings in the money. And so, when you say their response to us was, well, we would never want to profit off of this kind of graphic image, but you are. And by not giving me, they refused to give me control of her account. So on the morning of the 14th, Bianca actually had one of her Instagram accounts logged in on my phone, and I'm going through it. The murderer had recently changed his name. So while I was looking for one username, I was looking for the wrong one to try to see their communications. And I was automatically kicked out. They memorialized Bianca's Facebook and Instagram accounts immediately. But the murderer's post, or the murderer's accounts with posts of Bianca's deceased body, was left up for over 24 hours. And what they say is they wanted to confirm authenticity of the crime and of the person. Well, they didn't confirm authenticity of Bianca, and she didn't have pictures on, and pictures on her story that violated community guidelines.
Yeah,
so memorialize, I no longer have access. I cannot block the people leaving these horrible, I mean, the comments are just absolutely vile, which again, I don't understand. And they refuse to give me control. It's absolutely insane. And the only thing I can think is you're profiting off of this, because 2 years later and people are still going to her account to leave messages. And every time there's engagement, that's money for Instagram and Facebook.
They're profiting big time. That's a lot of followers. And wait a minute, they have to confirm the authenticity. They don't care to do that whenever you post something. Like
if I posted a picture of him with a knife in his hand with her body under a tarp. He posted a picture of her body with blood all over on Instagram. But yet you want to confirm authenticity. You can't see that. I mean, this is Instagram. They have the technology to see that account uploaded that picture.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And even if they thought that it could have been maybe fake or acting, they take down other stuff all the time just because
it's on the side of caution. Instead of memorializing the victim's account, you could very easily take down the murderer's account. And then if that person who had their account taken down was, oh no, I got hacked and it wasn't really them, or whatever the case may be, you could very well just very easily put it back up. People do that all the time. They lose control of their Instagram accounts and they can give it back to them.
Vic Hangry says you should start a petition to get control over her Instagram account.
I have an attorney working on it. They are citing a New York State estate laws where, so the estate laws are set up so that they're to protect the estate. So there's these online account laws that, and it doesn't say that Instagram can't give us her accounts, but it says they don't have to. And I don't know why, but they're using that law. I'm trying to paraphrase the law. And the laws are basically, how it was explained to me, is the law is basically set up to protect a decedent's accounts, like say an online bank account. A bank can't just give them give anyone the information. You have to go through, and for certain online banking accounts, the administrator of an estate would have to get a court order from a judge. But there's nothing saying that you can't just give it to the person, but this law is in place just so you could say, oh no, we're not going to. Right. And they're kind of hiding behind that and their interpretation of this law, which really doesn't have anything to do with social media. It's more to protect bank accounts so that not anyone can just say, oh, I'm the administrator and go into someone's account.
Excuse me, you're the mother of a child who has been taken away.
We're working with is, we just met with our new so Bianca's law was originally introduced in 2020 by Congressman Anthony Brindisi, who lost the election in November of 2020. So now we are now working with the new Congresswoman, Claudia Tenney. And they're going to rewrite Bianca's law, and we are going to address that either as a part of that law, or we've been talking about possibly a separate law of parents' rights.
Oh, awesome.
To, for, not only if your parents pass away, but we were doing work with, again, the National Center for Missing Exploited Children. And say you have a 16-year-old that goes missing, these parents need to have the ability to get into their kids' social media. Because if you look at Bianca's phone, she did not text many people on text message. These kids don't use text messages very much. They're using apps. They're using Instagram Messenger. They're using Facebook Messenger. They're using Snapchat. These kids really don't, Discord. They really very rarely use actual text messaging or iMessage. So I think that's a really important law, that parents should have control and the ability to gain control of their kids' social media accounts.
Yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't agree more. And I want to give you, Allison, another chance to talk. And I'm going to go grab a couple more of those little photos you sent, Allison, to show at the end. And then I think we've been here for quite a while. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but give you a second. But remember, Allison, when Kim responds, you might have to mute again. But when she responds to you, like if you talk, okay. I'll be right back.
I will get it figured out, you guys, I promise. I'm just over here in the background, just a jabbering away. And yeah, that's just me. I talk to myself all the time anyway. No, I love that your best friend is Bianca's stepmom. You know what? You guys are a model. It should be a model, because you don't get that. You don't get that anymore. And I love that you guys live together, and because Bianca left her sisters. And so this is Maddie's mom. Yes. Well, nice to meet you. And Kim is very lucky to have you. You guys are lucky to have each other, to lean on. And absolutely. So, yeah, that's just awesome. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I know. So many people are like your ex is ex. And I'm like, we were divorced. It's not like he cheated on me with her. I have no reason to, in the beginning, no reason to dislike her.
And all that mattered is Bianca loved her.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, my kids loved her. She was going to be part of their life. It's just, there's no reason to make it anything,
yes,
just dramatic or,
And it's always nice to have somebody that loves your kids as much as you do.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's my baby.
Yeah. They're, yeah. I wish I could get along with my ex-husband, but, anyways.
Well, we don't get along. We just get along with each other.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just glad that you guys have each other. Are you back, Allie? Should I mute again?
You can, whenever you're done, you talk however much you want, and we'll just, yeah. But you're doing a good job, Allison. You are doing a good job. Don't be hard on yourself. Yes. So I did get a few more of these, and these are so cute. And there's one of her on the swing, which you said she even loved to swing as like a grown child, like, bigger kid. But that
was Maddie's first swing. She had to bring Maddie on a swing for the first time. Maddie was like 3 months old. Yeah. No, like a month, maybe a month. Yeah.
That is so precious. And Kim, one of my mods, Cheryl, who's a great friend of mine, she said, Kim, you're doing wonderful. Strong mom. Bianca would be really proud. So
thank you.
And then we have, does she have on a little Dora backpack right here?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I was obsessed with Dora.
She even kind of looks like Dora.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and when she was little, she had to have like the bob cut with the bangs because she wanted a Dora haircut. And Bianca at 18 months would say things in Spanish because, like, if you weren't paying enough attention to her, or like she wanted something and you weren't paying attention, she would say it in Spanish. And I think that she thought that, because like for Dora to get a door open or something, or to pass somewhere, she would have to say it in Spanish. So I think she figured, like, if she didn't, if we're not paying attention to her, I guess I'll say it in Spanish, and it worked because when we heard our, 18-month, 2-year-old speaking Spanish, we sure did pay attention.
Yeah, that's funny. She's smart.
Yeah,
she figured it out quick.
There's another figure skating.
Is that skating?
Outfit. She loved swinging and figure skating. She loved figure skating.
Oh, I love that. That is so cute. And then with you.
And that was who she called. So that on the left is Cody. He is Kaylee's other 3 kids' father. And Bianca was really close with him, and she called him her stepdad, even though he wasn't really her stepdad, but she didn't know. A friend came to the house one day and she was like, I didn't know how to say who Cody was, so I just said he was my stepdad, and it stuck from there.
It's funny. Okay, and then I accidentally lost my place in my pictures. I had a bunch on here. Oh,
Kim, wasn't Bianca like 5'10"?
Yes, very tall, 5'10".
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, 5'10".
Yeah.
There's a picture. I don't know if I sent that one to you, Allie. She's and I think a pair of black jeans, and she's got her head kind of turned around. And you talk about a picture that needed to be on a magazine, the front cover, because it was crazy. She's just beautiful.
Yeah. She is. And didn't you say, Kim, that she was planning on going to New York City? Or I forgot about that.
The one picture that you showed before where she was in that brown sweater that you said was your favorite, that was from a photo shoot. Yes, that one. That was a photo shoot to build a book for her, a modeling book.
Oh, okay. Awesome. A portfolio.
Yes, yeah, portfolio. So she was trying to build a portfolio. She had a woman that she worked with. She had a mentor that is a modeling agent, and she was supposed to take her to New York City to have her scouted. Because, I mean, Bianca had like perfect measurements.
Oh, she would have definitely been successful at that. I just know it. I mean, there's no denying that. And then I think there's 2 more. So there's this one.
Yeah. The different color hair of Bianca.
Yeah, I love that. She looks so cute. She just reminds me of those, just like, I don't know, so trendy, just a little very hip with the.
Yes, Bianca was but you know what? She set her own trends.
And that is so cool. I love girls like that are just like not following what everyone else is doing, but just doing their own unique thing and kind of making that cool and making that the trend. And then this one is the last one I had. She's so pretty. What a beautiful child she was. I mean, she's beautiful all the way, but just such a cute little kid.
Yeah, she's sweetest. She's like such a sweet little girl.
I love that picture too, and the background and everything. It's very
cool. Oh, Bianca always loved pink skies, and now she's now we say she paints them for us.
Yeah, she even been painting them for me.
Yeah, for everyone.
Hold on one sec. My sound got a little messed up.
Did we lose her?
I don't know. I about started talking again, and I realized I was muted. So, hey, there she comes back. I'll mute again.
Okay. So I guess that's kind of where we'll wrap things up for tonight. I've kept you guys an hour and a half. But thank you so much for coming, both of you. Thank you. It's been like such an honor and a pleasure to have you. So the next one that I'm doing on Bianca, I do have a couple of interviews coming soon, but I don't know what will come first. The next one will be on the crime.
Okay.
You are welcome to come for that. If you don't want, it's up to you. Then after that, I think I was going to kind of do the court process. Just the way he pled guilty, then took it back, then just all that. I want to kind of break that down. And any of them, you're absolutely welcome, both of you, to come back because I've loved chatting with you. And
I definitely want to come for that. I have done a lot of my time for this case too. And I think I could, learn from you and, and yeah, I want to be there for that. And it's definitely with the lawsuit and the different bills you're trying to pass, I mean, I want to be there for that too.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready to meet you at the White House. I'm not joking.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
I know. My brother, he actually works in DC. He lives in Maryland, but he works in DC, and he says, I'm ready to camp out on the Capitol steps. I'm just going to harass every congressman that walks by and senator.
Y'all go. I'm coming.
We'll meet you there, Ryan.
Okay, well then, yeah, I guess that's about all I've got. And if you guys have anything else you wanted to add, and if not, then we're going to go make dinner or something.
I just wanted to say thank you guys again. And everyone in chat, please go to the Bianca Scholarship Fund. That I know means a lot to her family, and it's something that we can help with, and give another child a chance to do what Bianca wanted to do.
Yep, and help others. Yep.
Yes. So.
And the petition, and the scholarship is linked in my last video about her. But Allison, if you want to, we could also do something else on your channel. So please go subscribe to Allison, you guys. Please. It's in the description box with Bianca's call now, and you can go over there and subscribe for when we go to your channel.
That would be great.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Let me take that off, Kim, so she can see that. All right. Well, I'm echoing. So, yeah, it's okay. Well, I was going to end it anyways, but yeah, thank you guys for coming. I am, thankful, and I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.